Hello, folks. Welcome to today's football predictions of bettor. Another very beautiful Wednesday morning, and once again, we are back with our predictions as usual. We always look at football matches that happen across the globe, and we get to select few of these matches, and we also make our verdict using the historic result for each of these teams. That's what we do on a daily basis, and that in a short while we'll be doing that, once again today. And for those of us who are coming across our video for the first time, if you're yet to subscribe, take our time to hit the subscription button right now so that you won't be missing out on our subsequent football predictions that will always come up here on bettor on a daily basis. All right, that being said, without further ado, we head to the business of today, and it starts with the very first match of today. It is in Spanish Liga, where we have Villarreal who will be up against Leganes. Okay, when we look at stats for Villarreal, in the last 6 games, they've won 4 games out of those, and they've also had a draw and, as well as a loss in the last 6 games that they had. And away side, Leganes have had just 1 win, 4 draws, as well as 1 loss in the last 6 matches that they had so far. All right, when you look at how the two teams have fared from home and away basis, you will see that Villarreal, the home side, playing from home, have actually been able to achieve 4 victories in the last 10 home games. They've also had 4 draws as well as 2 losses. And away side, Leganes, on the other hand, have won 2 games from away. They've also had 4 draws as well as 4 losses in the last 10 away games that they have so far. Okay, and on head-to-head basis, it was Villarreal who won the last meeting between the two sides. It was on that occasion we saw Villarreal defeating this very Leganes side from away by 5 goals to 2 rather, on that very occasion. And Villarreal will be looking to do very well here. Also noting that they've actually won, a good amount of their recent games, and they'll be looking to achieve a good result in this very one. Seeing that a win here will push them up and also keep the hope of them qualifying for Champions League alive. So we expect to see the home side Villarreal to win here. That's our value for that very game. Okay, and the next also in La Liga, we'll have Real Madrid who will be facing Mallorca. Okay, for Madrid, it is 3 victories and 3 losses out of the last 6 games, and Mallorca on the other hand have won 2 games and a draw, losing 3 matches in the last 6 recent encounters. All right, when you look at how the two teams are fared on home and away basis, we see that Real Madrid have actually won 7 games and a draw in the last 10 home matches. They've actually lost 2 times out of those 10 home matches that they have so far. And Mallorca on the other hand, playing from away, have not done very well, winning just once and having 2 draws in the last 10 away games that they have so far, but have also lost 7 times out of the last 10 away games. All right, we sort of losing the last away game to Girona on that occasion. All right, in this very one, on head-to-head basis, the last time they met was actually in the Super Copa, where we saw Madrid beating this very side by 3 goals to 0. And in this very one, we are giving it to the home side, Real Madrid, to achieve a result. So it is the home side to win out. That's what we expect for that very game. And it takes us to the next game for today. It is in Poland, extra class at the Poland first division, where we have Pogon Lyseng who will be up against Lublin. Okay, for Pogon, they've won 3 games and lost 3 games out of the last 6 matches. And their way side, Lublin, having 2 wins and a draw, also losing 3 games out of the last 6 matches. All right. When you look at how the two teams have fared from home and away basis, we see that the home side Pogon have actually been able to achieve 7 victories and a draw in the last 10 home matches. They've also lost 2 matches out of those. And the away side, Lublin have had 4 wins and 2 draws, and also losing 4 matches in the last 10 away games that they had so far. Okay, and when you take a look at how they fared on head-to-head basis, last time both teams met, it was Lublin who actually played from home and won on that occasion by 4 goals to 2 against this very side, and that was in November of last year. But in this very one, we are going with the home side at Pogon, to do very well here, and we still expect to see a minimum of 3 goals in this very encounter. So it is actually an over 2.5. That's what we expect. A minimum of 3 goals in this one, over 2.5. That's what value for that very game. And the next game for today is in Turkey, Turkey's Cup, where we'll have Trabzonspor who will be up against Galatasaray, okay, in the Turkish Cup. And when you take a look at the recent statistics for each of these 2 sides, you can see for Trabzonspor in the last 6 have actually won 4 matches and a draw, losing once in the last 6 games that they have so far. Okay, and when you look at Galatasaray, the away side, they've won 6 games out of the last 6 matches. They've been doing so very well. They've been perfect in the last 6 games that they have so far. All right, looking at how these 2 teams have fared from home and away basis. Okay, taking a look at both sides on from home and away perspective, you could see that for Trabzonspor, they've actually won 7 games in the last 10 home matches, and they've had 2 losses as well as a draw in the last 10 home games that they had. And I Galatasaray, their away side, have won 7 games as well, and having a draw and 2 losses in the last 10 away games that they had so far. But on last time both teams met, it was Galatasaray who actually won from away by 2-0 against this very side. Also, throughout the job, we saw Galatasaray beating this very side by 4-3. But as a matter of fact, the last 5 meetings between these two sides, I've seen the Galatasaray always winning against this very Trabzonspor side. So we put all that together, we expect to see the away side winning. Away win, that's all right for that very game, okay? And the next that we have for you today is in Danish 3rd division, which happened to be the last for today. It is FA 2000 coming up against Lyseng. Okay, the home side FA 2000 have won 4 games and a draw in the last 6 matches. They've also lost 1, and away side Lyseng have managed to achieve 3 victories and 3 draws. And when you look at how the two teams fared from home and away basis, you could say the home side FA 2000 have managed to achieve 4 victories and 3 draws. But they've also lost 3 games in the last 10 home matches that they had. And the away side, other than Lyseng, have been able to achieve 4 victories as well as 2 draws, also losing 4 matches in the last 10 away matches. When you look at how they fared on head-to-head basis, last time they met was in March of this year, and it was FA 2000 who won at that occasion by 4-0. And put all that together, we still expect to see the home side FA 2000 to win out shortly here. It is the home side to win. That's what we expect for that very game. And that will bring our predictions for you today on Bettor to conclusion. Wish you the very best of luck and hope your ticket goes green.